Before I review TPOT 10, I would like to thank you guys for my most viewed video, Adam firing Taylor in a nutshell. It has officially reached 12,000 views. Now, let's get this review started. Remember back when I said in TPOT 9, I'm going to give this season a second chance to split the teams and make new ones. Why? Because just not it falling off by eliminating so many fan favorites. I'm hoping that it should give us a rejoin ceremony so no one can do the challenge for 30 minutes. Speaking of 30 minutes, this episode is 30 minutes long. Is it better than TPOT 9? Or it could have been more worse? Well, let's finally review it. In the beginning, Needle and Tennis Ball are looking for Barfrag, who is hiding behind a bush. Tennis Ball tells Needle that Barfrag has been missing since she was recovered. Black Hole thinks that she went into hiding after the outbreak she caused, but Tennis Ball states that it was his fault for making Tennis Ball and Golf Ball pour the lava vomit mixture inside Barfrag. Black Hole explains that he was trying to prevent death, which everyone else is aware of. Marker, upon the mention of preventing death, recovers just not. Nickel blows a raspberry at Pillow, calling her a murderer. Nickel, the only way that she's a murderer is that dude's fault for not fixing the receptors from the gelatin steakhouse. Pillow explains that she was trying to help her team win the challenge. Bell notifies Pillow of her loss, which sends her into shock. Bell adds that Teardrop has been eliminated as well, sending her into an even bigger shock. Did you know? I was low-key wanted Teardrop beating up for elimination, but it's not worth it and not nice. It would have been better if the failed computers rejoined as a solo team member like Rubber Spatula.
But let's see how many members you all have left. Up first, Teardrop. Wait, Teardrop died?
Teardrop?
Teardrop, I'm sorry to say that you are eliminated.
She's instantly eliminated?
Yeah!
Well, that sucks! I don't want them anymore!
Pillow concludes that her research was incorrect. Nickel, annoyed, states that due to her killing rampage, they lost the challenge. Black Hole remarks that death didn't work out, with just not in his Snowball, who is limbless and partially melted after the events of the previous episode. Snowball explains that Katie fed him a vomit steak to cure him, but Katie just left him on the gelatin steakhouse roof. Grassy tries to cheer Snowball up and pulls his head out, but the latter feels he is an armless wimp. Winner voices their concern about a hole that formed in the moon during the last episode's stinger. Grassy interrupts, and Winner tells him that the moon's hole is serious, but Grassy ignores them, placing Snowball's head on top of himself, rendering him Snowy Grassy. The contestants argue until 2 shows up, concerned about their argument. They tell the contestants to calm down and decide to sing a melody to introduce Cake at Steak. Following the Cake at Steak theme, 2 goes to the top of the hotel roof, disappointed that the failed mutants were detached from the roof, as they believe that they livened the roof up, and introduces the cake, Shards of the Moon, by calling out Yellowface's poor moon repair job. Yellowface heard this and runs to the hotel roof, saying that it was his team's responsibility, not just him. 2 replies, "K," while Yellowface slowly shuts the door.
Hey, 2! When you bake a cake, decorate and take it to the players who are safe. That's how you know it's cake and steak.
First safe are Pompey and Price Tag, with 18,858 and 14,510 votes. Pompey, I'm not gonna say anything bad to you. You already got the prize 2 times back in the BFDI. But at least Price Tag is the second safe once again. Pompey climbs and locks the moon piece in place, but Price Tag can't do the same, as they have no arms. Pillow again mentions that she is confused. During TPOT 7, her research showed that dying means good luck, but she lost the previous challenge, and so did Teardrop. Can we please stop talking about Teardrop? All we wanted was the failed computers to rejoin as a solo team member.
Why, I think 95% sure
Teardrop, the infamous solo
team will finally
be up for elimination in TPOT 6.
Yes, not
TPOT 5, TPOT 6.
now explain completely.
I'm not mad, I'm just, disappointed. I expected better.
Nickel is mad about her fake research and hopes she gets eliminated. Nickel, how many times do I have to tell you? It's his fault that caused the whole team to win out. It's still choose fault.
And now, my dear audience, a scientific demonstration of
Why it's Two's fault in TPOT 9.
Guys, you all have to stay safe. In fact, that's today's challenge. Simply survive. The 2 teams to be completely wiped out first will be up for elimination. Or if there aren't 2 teams who go extinct, whoever loses the most members will lose. Go!
That's assuming there's even a solution to this madness.
Just not. Did you guys get all of that? Did you all that?
Wait, say it one more time. What?
Today's challenge. 2 teams completely wiped out.
Completely wipe our team out? Got it. Fun.
Beep, beep, beep.
And just not, none of you are even here because your whole team got wiped out. So just not, your team is up for elimination.
This is the kind of shit we expect! This is the mother
Freaking just not.
and our
Eliminating fan favorites.
copy-paste job every freaking year, and I'm tired of it. I'm tired of
Fan favorites getting eliminated.
I'm tired of
Just not being up for elimination.
it's small little things, and
Are you okay, Teardrop fans?
they're like, oh my god! It is a step in the right direction! This is freaking pathetic.
Book suggests that Pillow research other means of good luck, and suggests for Pillow to try a good deed. Pillow replies in disgust, but agrees and helps price tag place their piece on the moon. This act excites Stu in a hyperactive way, with a text above Stu and Pillow says, "That is so sweet you did that for price tag, Pillow, oh my gosh I love it, so sweet, I love it, yeah." Stu rewards her with a piece on the moon. Pillow is safe, with 14,476 votes. Brooke is impressed by this response, but Pillow expels her fluff out of disgust on Brooke and faints. Brooke places Pillow sharp on the roof for her. Good, I hope Nickel's out for saying that. Stu announces that Brooke and Nickel are the bottom 2. Nickel is worried about this, believing that Pillow was responsible for just Not's loss. Nickel, for the love of God. It's not Pillow's fault, it's Stu's fault. And I mean it. Brooke is announced to be safe, with 14,446 votes, and Nickel gets eliminated with 14,392 votes. He begins to worry and begs for help, declaring Pillow to be the reason for Just Not's failure and begging for the audience to get Pillow out, which triggers the intro. Lesson learned, never say it's Pillow's fault, it's Stu's fault for not fixing these receptors. Hate the host, not the Pillow. I might make a documentation about that in the future. Called, Y2, caused Just Not to lose in TPOT 9.
The strongest team on Earth!
After the intro, Nickel explains that he is the last peak contestant to be eliminated and he needs to make them proud by winning. 2 is about to teleport Nickel to the very disappointing elimination place, and Nickel shouts to the viewers to eliminate Pillow or else they all doomed until he has been teleported to the disappointing elimination place. Nickel, it's all your fault for saying it's Pillow's fault and not blaming 2. The blame is on you. Pillow replies to Nickel's elimination with awkward, which is followed by a left track. After cake at stake, the other contestants are revealed to still be arguing. Stu interrupts, asking what's gotten into everyone. Eraser replies that the contestants just survived the outbreak last episode that nearly ended the world but got shushed by 2 multiple times, making Snowball argue that they need to get on with the shushing already. Stu says that everyone shouldn't be fighting since they're all friends. This lets Stu to think that the contestants need to be bonded together by facing their friends' fears. So, here's the thing, this episode is 30 minutes long, people including me as a Just Not fan we wanted to split the teams by the next episode. Means that 2 of their contestants are going to do absolutely nothing for 20 minutes and later on, there's going to have a rejoin ceremony. Look at this example.
Viewers, vote in the comments using Latin square brackets and who you want to rejoin the game. But remember, this isn't the official TPOT. Voting here won't do anything, but you can vote if you want to. Also, I can't find the original source of this. So if you made this, just comment below so I can add your name to the description. I want to credit everyone correctly.
That's what Sam Thornberry told us. Can they finally stop doing challenges? Right.
Guys, cut this out! What's gone into everyone?
Well, we did just have an outbreak that nearly ended the whole world. Get on with it!
Don't you dare make yet another challenge again.
You know it always makes the fan favorite team end up being up for elimination.
Don't you dare! Don't you dare!
No! Are you kidding? Come on!
We want to split the teams!
Show off! You get coal in your stocking! Give me a f***ing break! Same shit again! You are done, buddy!
Are you kidding me? We're gonna suffer through another challenge. Sam Thornberry, you lying Pinocchio. Anyways, so for this episode's challenge, 2 puts 1 member on each team to sleep and gives them a nightmare. The rest of their team must save their sleeping member from the letter's nightmare and find a way to escape the sleeping member's head. The last 2 teams to escape their sleeping member's nightmare will be up for elimination. Is it better than BFDI 6? Let's find out if it's worth it. And I swear, if Just Not is up for elimination back to back, this has to be the worst example of an unpolished episode that they refuse to split the teams. The challenge starts with Death Pact again, being teleported to Black Hole's nightmare. Fanny gets her mouth fat, while Tree is back to normal, and Marker hugs them tightly in a reunion. They conclude that they are in Black Hole's nightmare, and the team spots him with a dream version of 2. 2 tells Black Hole that the challenge is to kill everything, revealing that Black Hole's biggest nightmare is death, or killing people. Black Hole seems reluctant at first, but eventually sucks 2 on all former Death Pact members and grows obsessive with his power. He later sucks up Marker when the letter tries to wake Black Hole up from the nightmare and spots Fanny and Tree and chases them across the grasslands. Hey, at least we got lucky! And remember, it's a nightmare, so her death won't count. The scene then cuts to Just Not in Book's nightmare, which looks like the early BFD, and Pillow concludes that her team is the nightmare. Book is seen inside a Jawbreaker, which is similar to how Taco was stuck in the Jawbreaker in BFD 3, so Book concludes that her nightmare was facing her past. However, since Book is not here, Just Not decides to look around to find Book, leaving the letter behind. The scene zooms out to Bookie, where 6 members from 6 teams are asleep, with 2 standing next to them, singing until they are interrupted by basketball, while she tries to yell at 2 for help. That is so adorable. When it comes to sleeping characters, this is the best episode yet. It appears that the strongest team on Earth was stuck in Robot Flower's head, which looks like a control room because Robot Flower is a mechanical mind, so she doesn't have a nightmare. But still, the strongest team on Earth needs to escape Robot Flower's head to survive the elimination. We want Robot Flower be eliminated. We want this mechanical scum get eliminated. The S are teleported inside Winter's nightmare, which is full of statues of Loser. Ice Cube concludes that Winter's nightmare is Loser and adds that Clock would love this. 4 hears this from him in X's kitchen and sends Clock into Winter's dream. Clock falls into the dream and is then amazed by the Loser statues. Yellowface attempts to keep one of the statues when Clock bargains it for $100 million. Ice Cube points out that being in that much debt would be dumb. thus cutting to Pen, skipping in a lovely field, while Are You Okay watches from behind a bush. Eraser thought that this was supposed to be Pen's nightmare, but instead, it looks like a dream to the former. Pen skips to his mailbox and opens a letter. Upon opening it, he is shocked because it informs him that he was $200 billion in debt, and if he doesn't pay back, then he will be in jail for 3 billion years. Then he yells, "No," in disbelief. Eraser said to his team that the viewer's reward of money from Pen and BFDI 20 will soon catch up with him. TV says that the team just needs to raise money to pay back the debt. Meanwhile, Pen is seen waving his arms and crying. Eraser stops Pen's crying that they can end the letter's nightmare. However, Tennis Ball complains that the solution of paying the debt back will take a very long time to complete, to which TV replied that the team needs to get started. Is that me? Or Are You Okay team is just a huge pile of crybabies, because almost half of these characters are crying like Golf Wall, Puffball, and now Pen. Meanwhile, teammates appear to be in somewhere including mixtures. Katie concludes that this is Barfreg's nightmare. The screen zooms out that there is a giant Barfreg, and at the top are different mixtures to pour into. So Pen dumps in caffeine into the Barfreg, making the dream shake. Donut thinks that she's waking up. They conclude that committing to her nightmare of having different liquids poured into her will wake her up. They start pouring more liquids into the giant Barfreg. Tree and Fanny continue to run through the grasslands. They spot a van, which is just the Freesmart van, with a Death Pact Again logo painted on. Tree calls shotgun, and Fanny expresses her hatred for driving. Black Hole chases them into the evil forest. Tree urges her to drive faster, but she yells that she's not going slow on purpose. She tells Tree to distract the raging Black Hole, which briefly works. Black Hole is offended and says that he trusted Tree, chasing them faster into the forest. Fanny is then about to drive into the evil canyon when Black Hole accidentally saves them by looping them to the other side. He goes into a fury and starts to suck up the entire Earth. Black Hole reminds her of the strategy of killing, saying that this is what she wanted. Fanny starts to drive on trees that are being sucked up. Tree what happens when they're sucked up, which Fanny informs him that they'll lose because they didn't save Black Hole from the nightmare. She refuses to let death be the reason they lose. It pans to everything being sucked into a now giant black hole while they drive on floating trees to escape. Wow, the forest is back, since BFDI. Meanwhile, Belle suggests that they break Robot Flower's face to escape. Grassy throws Snowball to her face in a failed attempt to break out. Basketball tries to use the control panels to walk Robot Flower to her above-ground factory to download them out of her head. Belle starts spamming the buttons, causing her to shake around. Basketball falls onto the control panel, breaking it. Robot Flower then starts to reboot. We have to do something. We want Robot Flower's team be up for elimination, and we do not want Grassy to get the boot instead. Hook calls out for her fellow teammates, trying to let them know she's in the Jawbreaker. Pillow starts to suggest other ways for them to attain good luck. Blondie tells her about Book's strategy of being nice, which she immediately dismisses. She gets a blank canvas and starts to brainstorm. Price Tag says this is a good thing, since it distracts her from just killing people. A montage occurs of just not doing other activities, while Book tries to call their attention without any results. Please, like I said, if Just Not gets hated by Jack and Jellify, it's Sam Thornberry's complete fault for lying.
Alright, so I really hate to do this, but you know what, with the media outbreak and the panic and everything, people worrying about
begging the rejoin ceremony for the failed debut so they won't suffer another challenge.
I've been asked to search your house and make sure you're not a fraud, faking it and stuff.
Sure, you can search my house. I don't have anything to hide. Look, I know
that I actually announced that there's going to be a rejoin ceremony in TPOT 10.
Okay, so I'm just gonna take a look around, see if I can't find any trace of a
challenge. So, what is your rejoin ceremony for this season? Well, it is for the eliminated contestants.
Oh, okay, alright, so I'll go look for that. If I find it, you're in big trouble, and if I don't, then you're telling the truth and you're alright, okay?
Oh, well, I don't have anything to hide. You're not gonna find anything.
Okay. Have a look around.
Clock asks his team what's their goal, and they say it's to end Winter's nightmare. Clock looks around and says it looks more like a dream and deduces that Winter might be jealous of Loser's success. Ice Cube asks if maybe they want revenge. Bottle then spots winner entering a loser museum, and the team gets an ice cube to slide towards them. The strongest team on Earth find out that rebooting Robot Flower will wake her up. Robot Flower asks if she's in a nightmare. She calls Too Ugly and concludes that it is a nightmare. Too informs her that she's not dreaming and her friends are in her head. He playfully pokes her screen, which Grassy assumes is a fighting stance. He throws Snowball in many pieces back at Too, knocking her over. Belle calls it a nice find, slamming into the other side of her head, knocking Robot Flower the other way. Basketball tells everyone to continue, saying they can get to her factory that way. She plans on resetting Robot Flower back to her regular self. Robot Flower hears this, and instead goes to her factory to try to destroy it. The team attempts to hold her back. We then enter a montage of Are You OK performing many activities and services in order to raise money to pay off Pen's debt. They haven't earned nearly enough money. Golf Ball then realizes that dying in a dream will wake someone up, as she has when she drowned in a dream, with Cloudy accidentally flooding her underground factory. They then decide to try to kill Pen to win the challenge. In Black Hole's nightmare, Tree informs that they'll run out of his brothers and sisters to drive on, so they make a run for it. They start hopping on a bunch of flying items until they find a hand-powered recovery center and recover marker. He expresses his gratitude before getting sucked up once more. Tree finds a rocket ship and they fly off. Black Hole sucks up the HPRC and Rose Digger. He tells them that death surrounds them and to have it their way. Wow, the HPRC is back! But where's the reveal of the goddamn recovery center? We wanted that since TPOT 2! Another montage with Are You OK happens, with them trying to kill Pen in different ways. Golf Ball pours poison on a burger and tries to force Pen to eat it, but she eats it instead and dies. Eraser gives Pen a free defective car. Pen crashes, but he just leaves like nothing. Eraser gets frustrated and ends up getting run over. Tennis Ball and Evie try to stab Pen, but he avoids the attack. They stab each other instead. Pen says he can't believe that all of his friends died, but he still needs to earn money by fishing. He fishes a fish monster but got eaten by it. Pen wakes up and sees his dead friends, making him scream and ending his nightmare and making Are You OK safe from elimination. Pen is still upset since he's still in debt, but Eraser takes a box of paper slips and wrote $200 vigintillion on it and give it to Pen, making the latter stop worrying about money. Tennis Ball helps Pen gets up to his feet for Tennis Ball's good deed. Pen wrote Tennis Ball a paper slip for $48 vigintillion, stating he would owe him. This makes Tennis Ball happy and Eraser mad, because he just put himself back in debt. And this is the first time we hear Pen yawn. I'll just this clip for later. Hook is still trapped on the Jawbreaker and tries to get out punching and kicking, causing the Jawbreaker to move. Thanks to that, Price Tag thinks of Hook being trapped in the Jawbreaker. Pillow agrees to the idea, saying that the next experiment was licking. Pillow, Price Tag and Zombie start to lick. Suddenly, Hook gets out of it. Hook tells Zombie that she thought that her nightmare was to face with her old friends. Hook is surprised that none of the Blim members were there, and Pillow confirms that no one is here except her team, causing Hook to get sad and walks away. Zombie concludes that Hook's nightmare was about her broken friendships. In BFDI, Pillow says then licking doesn't give good luck solution, so she licks Hook, making the latter angry and walks away from Pillow, making Pillow conclude that licking doesn't give people good luck. And I thought we have a chance, and I swear, if Just Not is up for elimination, I'm done with this season, and Sam Thornberry's butt is grass. Winner realizes that Clock is there too, causing them get mad at him. Clock apologizes, arguing that he doesn't want them to be forgotten. He tells his negative arc with the losers when they forgot about him for a year, and Clock doesn't want Winner to feel the same thing that the former experienced. Winner agrees that them felt that feeling too when Loser left them behind. Winner explains them perception of their situation. Them seem Clock obsessive because of them to be what famous, being treated like that the last thing them wanted persons to do. And for the last time, Clock apologizes and his apologize gets accepted. Winner felt good, knowing that Clock put in such a big effort for making them be fine, and thanks their team for listening and trying to help. With a lone arc, winner decides to leave their past behind, causing their nightmare to end and their team to be safe. However, Clock hides behind his team to avoid being caught by two. Once winner yawned, this seems kinda predictable. But please, I'm gonna quit forever if just not loses again. Fourth time was the last straw. Fanny and Black Hole's argument continues. Black Hole explains the difference of Fanny being the traitor of the pact and him betraying the pact. If Fanny does, she can laugh along with Pillow, making jokes, and most important, there is no consequences. But if Black Hole himself betrays the pact, nothing will be left. The infinite void of nothing, everything ends. Fanny gets really mad at Black Hole that it's all thanks to Black Hole that Snowball is armless, can't move, and it's just a pile of snow. Fanny's mouth is still stuck in a canal because of not sucking a pin and donut, and his strict rules to protect Tree that kept him stuck in the Gorky Canal for months. Black Hole defends himself, saying that he dreams and wish that everything would be normal. Fanny then explains to Black Hole that she doesn't want him to become a killing machine, and Black Hole replied that Fanny supposedly wants him to sometimes be a killer, to which Black Hole says sometimes then can lead to oftentimes, and then to nothingness. Fanny then furiously shouted that she is trying to save herself, and that she understood the PACT, but her friends, Lightning, and possibly Pi and Remote, got eliminated because of Black Hole's stubbornness, and Black Hole's obsessive nature at preventing death caused an outbreak, and tells Black Hole that everything has consequences. Fanny then concludes that their team is supposed to focus on life and not obsess on the death part. Black Hole understands this, and somewhat apologizes, and he also stated that, if the team can prevent death, and that it's at least reasonable, Fanny states that she will help prevent death, and the two made amends, allowing Death Pact again to be the next team safe. Black Hole then finally allowed Fanny and Marker to chop Tree down, and that Black Hole doesn't have to be part of killing Tree, for the sake of returning him to normal. Meanwhile, in the Gorky Canal, Fanny is seen chopping Tree down. Marker states that it would be best for Tree's life if he is returned back to normal. In Barfreg's nightmare, teammates are continuing to pour more caffeine into the giant Barfreg. Katie thinks that Barfreg cannot handle anymore, to which Donut thinks that it is fine. Meanwhile, Barfreg is going nuts, while Robot Flower is still grabbing the former. Meanwhile, the giant egg got ripped due to the pressure, which makes Barfreg stops moving, which gives Robot Flower an opportunity to destroy Basketball's factory. Meanwhile, in Robot Flower's head, Bell tells Snowball that his wish, which is dying, is coming true, and tells Grassy to toss Snowball onto Bell, to which Grassy tells Bell to take good care of Snowball. Bell tells Grassy that she's supposed to, Bell swings herself a few rounds and throws Snowball to a side of Robot Flower's head, killing him, and pushes Robot Flower to the hotel roof cliff and falls. Meanwhile, Barfreg finally wakes up, teleporting teammates out. However, the team crushes onto Robot Flower, killing both the S and Robot Flower. To which Stu announces that Teammates is safe but is a bit confused if they can call Teammate S's death safe, but whatever. The strongest team on Earth have all died inside Robot Flower's head, implying that they are up for elimination first, and just not as well, because they are too late to end Book's nightmare, so Stu teleports themselves to Book's nightmare. Are you kidding me? Sam Thornberry, you're fired. You will pay for this.
The strongest team on Earth have died in Robot Flower's head, meaning they are up for elimination. Oh, and Just Not as well.
What? How dare you! You'll pay for this!
Tennis Ball recovers teammates and Basketball, Bell, Grassy, and Snowball. Snowball is happy in his normal form, but Grassy tells him that he preferred Snowball as a pile. Tennis Ball is about to recover Robot Flower too, but Basketball tells him to wait on recover her. Teammates greeted Barfreg and tells her that she has been missing for ages. It turns out that Barfreg is still worried that everyone is going to be scared of her due to the outbreak events last episode. Donut joins in, telling Barfreg that having someone influence you from within can be crazy, and tells Barfreg to go back to reality. Pin cheers Barfreg up and hugs her tightly, making the pressure in Barfreg to explode. Book is seen sitting alone. Bombi asks, what will his team do now? But then 2 appears and announces that the other 4 teams are safe and Just Not is up for elimination. I hate this episode, and so this season I quit. I can't do this anymore. This season sucks, and so is Sam Thornberry. Sam Thornberry just not is up for elimination, and I'm holding you responsible.
So, what do we do about this?
Not much to do because 4 teams are safe, so you guys are up for elimination.
What are you gonna do about it?
Apple!
This might be my final TPOT review, unless Thornberry gets fired. Back to the episode, Pillow tells Dude before her team lost again, she wanted to test Book's idea, which is doing something nice to others, if it gives her good luck. Pillow walks to Price Tag and explains to them that Book has lost most of her friends in the past, and thinks that Book's nightmare was being alone, so she insists Price Tag to come to Book and cheer her up. Price Tag greets Book and the duo have a conversation, while Price Tag tries to cheer Book up, and then Price Tag tells Book about her favorite things. Blondie tells Pillow that it was nice but just not still lost the challenge anyway, so there is no good luck. Pillow explains randomly, then suddenly she creates a blender, to which Blondie asks that how did she do that since this is not Pillow's dream, but got thrown into the blender and got blended like Pillow, and ending the nightmare at the same time. Book asks Price Tag if they want to play Dungeons and Dragons, to which the latter agrees. Meanwhile, Ice Cube tells Clock that she's glad that the conflict between him and Winner has finally been sorted out, then saw Book and Price Tag running, thinking that she should sort things out with Book. Two suddenly caught Clock going outside of the kitchen and apologizes to Winner that they didn't mean to give Winner special treatment, to which Winner tells Two that the situation has been sorted out, that Clock and them are both good now. Clock asks if this is true, to which Winner answers and the duo smile at each other. Clock tells Two that he's ready to be sent to the very disappointing elimination place that nobody asked for, so Two teleports him there, but suddenly, 4 and X came by and argues at Two that Clock was 4 and X's friend, and X tells everyone that they're going to pay, and 4 zaps the contestants, while X zaps the windows of the hotel, destroying them. This is why I'm with 4 and X. A better elimination place was scrapped so the failed debuters won't rejoin in the next season. And here's the worst part of the entire season after TPOT 9, and it's not just not lost again. Remember when they ruined the end credits? Well, they also ruined the voting system. Instead of voting in the comments, they use it as a Google form. If you think it's good, wrong. This actually killed the voting wars. Don't believe me? Look at this, dude.
Do you like this? Do you like this? Well, no more?
No! It can't be! No!
Before we move on to the stinger, and because of that, I got a reply from Halo Fanblock. Indeed, I entered that I have to know. For one last time, I should say.
There is still no
end credits
worth a damn! Here is the
TPOT 10 end credit screen.
Viewers, Just Not and the strongest team on Earth are up for elimination, but you only get 1 vote total, so vote for one of them to stay in the game. Make your 1 vote count!
Hey guys, so we're switching up voting for this episode. Use the Google form poll in the description to cast your vote for who to save.
Oh, boring!
This is so boring.
We won't recommend any characters
right now.
I know, dude!
exactly the same thing as last year. Now, this is from
3 whole
years ago. Compare.
Vote in the comments using the letter and square brackets for who you don't want to be eliminated. That's right. Vote for who you want to stay. The person with the least votes will leave the show.
Even
TPOT 2 had a better end credits.
Look at this!
The end credits for TPOT 2. Jack and Jellifish showed
that they can make a decent
end credits for the battle for BFB season.
It's clear that
Jack and Jellify
is just half-assing it with
Teapot.
Simply coasting by on
Battle for Dream Island, The Power of Two.
Recognition.
This is effort, and this is not. This is completely lazy. They have the episode to develop this game further. They just don't want to. It is a monopoly in every sense of the word. So
end credits.
Hasn't been touched in any significant way at all. It's dog shit.
Clock is transported to his room in the elimination space. He then wonders where he is as he looks from the window, which reveals the area as an upside-down city. This is the place that disappoints the failed computer fans, means that they're not rejoining Limitless Power. How scummy is that?
What? Hello? What the? Where am I?
My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined.
Alright, let's deal with the pros on this one. 1. The failed computer's only got a very few attention to detail is Blender herself, and yes. No. Voiceovers. 2. Lai is here, she wasn't supposed to be here, but it's a nightmare, and don't forget Rockety is here too. 3. Fanny's mouth is still gone, Yellowface still has arms, Tree is still giant and Ice Cubes is still limbless, this seems unique. 4. 4MX is back, but this is the last time we get to see the anticipated elimination place, the hotel itself, where the failed computers wanted to rejoin. 5. Winner and loser had a backstory. 6. One is here, if you can pay attention closely. 7. These sleepy characters are cute as BFDI 6. And 8. And Winner yawned. One of them was official since 2022 on my episode of the TPS. It was Ice Cube and the Underwater Town. It was Winner. Looks like my spin-off, the BFDI show, did it again, just like The Simpsons. How cool is that? You know what's even cooler? Winner yawns, with their hand waving in front of their face, just like pillows, which we'll include that in our upcoming Sleep Master 2024's Christmas video as a gift for me. Now, it's time for some cons, and oh boy, where do I start? 1. The elimination place's reveal is even more worse. This isn't even a basement of the hotel when I thought. This season, I have to admit, is disappointing than IDFB. 2. The Recovery Center is still refused to reveal the top word. When will this end? 3. The failed computers barely had attention to detail. Blender only appeared in the elevator 4. And yes, battery, blender, boom mic, kitchen sink, onigiri, salt lamp and VHSE are still not voiced over. Come on. This is make or break and that's all you got. 5. This might be one of the worst voting system ever, a Google form system that killed the voting wars, you'll see why. And 6. They lied about the rejoin ceremony. The reason I want Sam Thornberry to get fired is the fact that just not lost back-to-back means I quit TPOT forever unless Sam Thornberry gets fired from writing. And after that, I'm not, and I mean, I'm not giving this season another chance, because I'm done.
Not much to do because 4 teams are safe, so you guys are up for elimination.
Well, it will not win any awards, but...
The whole point is for us to win an award!
Oh, right. Uh-oh.
I think it works like magic! Sure, it's a little rough around the edges, but the possibilities are endless!
Faith.
It's nothing but edges.
Teapot 10 made it worse.
No, wait! Me phone! I'm begging you! This could be everything you've ever wanted! Just give it another chance!
Not this time. I should have
known it's worse than that.
Silver, do that new thing you do.
Finally, a showcase for the powers I have mastered. Oh dear, I totally blacked out there. That was terrifying. I don't even know if it looked cool.
Well, no real way to spin this other than as an abject failure. I'm sorry, everyone. I should have known.
Teapot 10 jumped off a bridge.
But me phone, you're a machine.
My point exactly.
Worst episode of the year.
But hey, you all got what you wanted. Show's just about over.
This could be my final Teapot review.
Figure out who it should be.
I still don't understand why you voted Blueberry instead of Nickel last time.
I had so many reasons. I'm a try-hard, remember? But here's one. Better the devil you know than the devil you don't.
Well, then it's a shame I don't feel I know you very well.
So I know it's been a long day of pitches, but I had one more for you.
Let's just fix this episode, and that episode should have improved. 1. The elimination place should never tease the failed debuters, shoving their butts with an upside-down city clock, and others should have got sent to the hotel instead. 2. Can they finally reveal the recovery center before it gets destroyed in TPOT 11? 3. The failed debuters or recommended characters should appear in anyone's nightmare. 4. Can they finally voice act Battery, Blender, Boom Mic, Kitchen Sink, Onigiri, Salt Lamp, and VHSE by the end of the season? 5. They should have kept the voting wars alive, but instead, the Google Forms system killed it. Means that the spoilers are unknown. This voting system is irredeemable. Please, bring back the comment votes.
All this stuff, barely trying to make it below average.
TPOT 10 Wanarophobes Nightmare
sucked this year.
TPOT 10,
on the other hand, is meant to cap off the
Google form
of a beloved
voting system,
but they butched it up so bad it's irredeemable. That's why this is the worst COD
voting system. TPOT 10's voting system
utterly fails at everything it tries to do.
BFDI 6
was better than this.
And 6. They should have got a rejoin ceremony and then split the teams by TPOT 11 instead. They suffered just not. I quit this season forever.
TPOT 10
didn't
even
try. They didn't test anything. They didn't give any flicks. They just wanted a
contest.
That's the
effing
thing that they wanted, is just
not being up for elimination.
Unbelievable.
Plus, this is the last time I'm gonna complain about the recommended characters that couldn't afford in TPOT. Only in BFDI 2 million subscribers and still can't afford them.
There are still no
recommended characters?
All these years later, you remember that excuse?
Welcome, beautiful Face Devotion Institute. We have a large crowd watching us today.
Hold up! Freeze frame! You guys seen this?
BFDI can't afford these recommended characters, but TPOT can't afford them.
This season literally sucks.
And I'm gonna tell it!
Because there are no
characters.
There haven't been
characters
for years because
TPOT
can't afford
recommended characters.
That's what they told us.
The final verdict for TPOT 10 is a 4. A 4 out of 10. This is almost a 3 out of 10. This is an insult to just not fans, failed debuter fans, and the voting wars. This is the reason why this episode killed this season. 2 million subscribers in a make or break year, and you made this episode worse than TPOT 9. I'd rather watch Sleep Master's Forgotten Object Show Battle for I'll Sleep than this abomination of this episode. It might be a 2 out of 10 just like the Tofront Classic.
So far this year,
the Grand Ron Turkey Award goes to this.
As of April 2024.
This has got to be the worst. Because you got to take into consideration
the quality from Sleeping Brawly Objects and the expectations of BFDI 6.
Wouldn't you think
TPOT 10
will be best by far? Not only that, but it's
make or break.
So there's no excuse why it shouldn't have been better. So do yourself a favor and never, ever
enjoy this episode. Unless if you're not a Just Not fan. If you are, then
terminate this son of a
gun.
2! 2 out of 10!
Oh, I get it, 'cause you're 2!
And you effing deserve it! 2 out of 10 on fucking Steam.
Well, I'm gonna show you why TPOT 10 is the absolute worst episode I have ever seen this year. So let's see what the boys are. Okay. I can't believe this. Just not lost more time. There may have been the nice thing with winner, but this is the worst episode ever Yes, I agree. Worst episode ever. Just Not is up for elimination back to back. Yeah, exactly. And look, let's see what the voices that I made before the episode of a lawsuit. So let's see. This one, the first one.
Exactly. No expectations from the failed debuers, a very disappointing upside-down hotel elimination place that nobody asked for, and the worst part of all is that Just Not, the fan-favorite team, is up for elimination back-to-back, which is 4 times overall.
Yup, that's why I really despise this episode. And so this season. Now let's take a look about the TPOT 11 object reaction, but there might be unofficial, but let's see.
It ended well. 2 is ordered to make a rejoin ceremony by TPOT 11, and after that, they should split the teams of 5 by TPOT 12.
It better. They better. And last but not least, this one.
Sure, but there's only one rule. Make a rejoin ceremony, and I swear, if they made another challenge and Just Not is up for elimination again, I'm leaving.
I bet Sleepmaster can do these voice lines by TPOT 11. Well, and if you notice, guys, Rachel is not gonna storm away from Magic's reactions if Just Not loses again. Yes, blah blah blah. I can use these voice lines for my upcoming episode. In conclusion,
wow. You done effed it up. How do you mess this up?
Well, unfortunately, this was my final TPOT review. Why? Because Jack Jellify hates Just Not and suffers a fan-favorite team to lose the challenge, and I hope Bumpy gets the boot. Because of the new voting system that sucked, there's less chances that was gonna happen, and I don't know if Taggy or Grassy is safe, and since Just Not lost back-to-back, plus the 4th time overall, there's no reason for me to continue. I quit, and this time it's forever.
Alright, TPOT! This is the time to me fucking leaving! You're never gonna see me again! I quit! Forever!
No.
Like and subscribe if you want to cheer me up. This is Object 336 Tetris 909, signing off.
8 out of 10? 9 out of 10? What the fuck are y'all thinking? Seriously?
I think...
Seriously?
Yeah.
This game a 9 out of 10? Seriously? You insult gamers. I know. 9 out of 10 for this?
Yeah.
Like, how many games have you played in your life where you're like, yeah! That shit, yeah, I want to run some more.
What was that, ING?
IGN, man.
Oh, what a surprise.
I don't think
it's IGN.
Did they give it a 9?
Let's see what IGN gave it.
I think they gave it like an 85.
I want to do this on. I want to look on stream what IGN gave it here.
Fucking way.
So we're gonna go to IGN. IGN Evolve.
Oh fucking way, man! This is not worth
30 minutes.
IGN gave it a 9. They gave it a 9.
No,
they gave it a 9.
You're a fucking liar. you better have that on stream.
Jeff's got the biggest face smile
Holy
right now.
shit. Let's zoom in on this.
Hold on.
Let's look at this 9 right here.
Rito Pope.
Let's look at this. Oh, yeah. It's so good. It was a 9, man. It's not even a 6. It's not a 5 in my book. I can fairly and arguably give this a 4 in a review. I could write a convincing 4.